bipartisan support we've been so fortunate to receive in the collaboration on this initiative with members across the aisle on the Hill since its inception. This past week, the President reaffirmed his commitment to this initiative in the 2021 budget, which doubles the allocation to WGDP. I am particularly pleased to be able to announce today that we will be introducing bipartisan legislation in the Senate to promote the empowerment, development, and prosperity of women globally, aptly named the WGDP Act. This legislation would permanently authorize WGDP and establish women's economic empowerment as a core facet of the United States foreign policy, in line with the President's own national security strategy. The Women's Global Development and Prosperity Act will also permanently elevate these efforts at the State Department by establishing for the first time ever in legislation an Office of Women's Empowerment led by an ambassador at large. Since the Bush administration, there have been continuous efforts to try to codify the role of women as a foreign policy priority. This White House looks forward to working closely with Congress in passing WGDP legislation and realizing this long overdue goal. Last February, the President signed a national security presidential memorandum to officially launch WGDP. WGDP is the first ever all-of-government coordinated approach to women's economic empowerment across the agencies. This NSPM also established an ambitious goal of reaching 50 million women across the developing world by 2025. Today, we will release the first annual WGDP report in front of everyone today, detailing our impact. And I am beyond excited to be able to announce that we have reached over 12 million women in the last year alone. Women in the last year alone. Today, I am honored that we come together to celebrate the one-year anniversary of the Women's Global Development and Prosperity Initiative, also known as WGDP. I am beyond excited to be able to announce that we have reached over 12 million women in the last year alone. So many individuals in this room have worked tirelessly over the past several years to get this initiative off the ground. We will be introducing bipartisan legislation in the Senate to promote the empowerment, development, and prosperity of women globally. This legislation would permanently authorize WGDP and establish women's economic empowerment as a core facet of the United States foreign policy. With the help of many in this room, we are making historic progress on closing the gender credit gap and empowering women entrepreneurs to create jobs in their communities and growth in their economies.